All right, hey y'all, good morning. Um, Chronic anxiety or tension. If you think about it, like, what the hell even is that? Um, it's like walking around in a state inside, mental, emotional state, that isn't really appropriate. It's not really accurate. Um, it's like carrying around the past with you just all the time. Like it's like a state from before. And I'm talking about from personal experience. Okay, this is like this feeling that I feel inside that has just about nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. Or what's going on in my life. I carry this around all the time. What the hell? I mean, that seems just so dysfunctional, so insane that you think like something went wrong here with us humans. That we carry this stuff around with us seemingly forever, um, instead of letting it go. Instead of being like, oh, okay, yeah. Stuff happened in the past that made me nervous, that was scary, that was something wasn't quite right, even for long periods of time. But they're all right now. Just like the basic idea, fact that humans carry around so much baggage, such a load of crap, history, is like remarkable. If you just look at everything else in the universe, like, are they nervous, anxious creatures? You know, non human creatures? Where's the anxiety, man? Where's the, like, where's this? Like, it's like, that's ridiculous. It doesn't happen. No plant, no animal is gonna do that. So, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We have our, it's like our brains, because our bodies are maybe a bit basically similar to, you know, other creatures, but our brains are, seem really different. You know, that we can like think all these thoughts and imagine all these imaginings. That feels different. And I think we just like, we haven't learned, we don't know how to effectively use our abilities, our brains. It's like we're out of control. We can't we can't be comfortable. Like, well, we can, but for the most part, we're freaking crazy and we're not comfortable. We are, you know, we get traumatized basically as kids or even as adults, and then we don't know how to work through it and get past it for the most part. And we carry that shit around with us all day, every day. Some of us can't sleep. Some of us, all we can do is like keep ourselves busy. It's like this underlying anxiety, whatever you want to call it, tension, fear, that we almost all of us, it seems like we're all walking around with that to, you know, some degree. There are calm people out there who aren't too anxious or have this sort of makes sense. Certain things make them anxious, and that's just a normal like nervousness. I'm talking about the kind that's like seems to be. I'm like really holding myself right here, right now, because that's where it is. I know it well. And now I can kind of like describe it because I couldn't always. And then when it came up, it felt more like a physical tightening than an emotion. Like I couldn't even talk about it. Sometimes still now I'm like, I don't really know what this is. It's like, you know? It's almost like I have some shortness of breath, some tightness here, some clenching. What the heck? If you just think about it, like, this is not a necessary thing. This is not required. This is not part of our natural state. This is a result of, like, what we do in here. What happens in here. Yeah, we get hurt. Yes, there are scary things. I think I was nervous at home, anxious at home for good reason when I was little, for years. Okay, that's probably where this comes from. This unease, this something's wrong. It's just uncomfortable. I'm not like free. There's so many pressures. Things I can't do, rules, expectations, all this la 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 la. And fear and instability, all this stuff. Okay, but now there isn't any of that in my life. Yes, there are things that happen, things to be nervous about that happen. Yes, of course, but doesn't need to be an underlying constant anxiety and tension that clenches my body up and makes me forget to take breaths. Like, what is that? That's a state of, like, suffering that I don't need to be in. Just to me, this morning, this feels crazy to me. And really unnecessary. And, like, and I don't think that you can see this and talk about it until, like, you step out of it a little bit in one way or another. Somehow you step out of it, and then you can see, like, what is that state that I'm, like, always in? Why am I always in this state? Why am I 90% of the time, even more, in this friggin' state? That's old, basically, that I carry around with me no matter what. Bizarre. So you step out of it. Something makes you somehow go poop and look at it. And you can see it. And then when it comes up, eventually, I'm like, oh, that's this. That's so weird that this is here now. It just doesn't make any sense. There's nothing here to bother me. And the more you, like, sit around and don't do anything, allow everything to be quiet, the more you can see that it's not arbitrary, but it feels like it is. It's like it's there, and it has nothing to do with what's going on. And that's like a key piece of information that shows me that it's crazy, that it's old, that it's pattern, instead of me, who I am. It's pattern. It's old. It's not an accurate reaction. It's out of touch. How many more ways can I say it? And then it's a little game of, validating it. Of course, it's there for a reason, of course. And saying it doesn't need to be there. Over and over. That's the game. Nope, still there. Okay. I'm still carrying that around. It's still written in my body. Muscle memory, tension. In my my neck mainly, and here, and my stomach. All you anxious people out there, lots of love today. Treat yourselves nice.